Hello and welcome to this session on Android mobile testing with TestProject. In this session, I will go very basic step by step, and if you are a complete beginner on mobile automation testing, this will be very easy. I will show you how easy and interesting this can be. In case you have already worked on mobile automation testing earlier, you will see how easy, simple and straightforward mobile testing can be with TestProject. So we will do these 5 basic steps. We will create a project, set up the mobile device, add application, and we have multiple ways of adding an application. We can add application directly from our mobile device. We can use a APK file, or we can use the app activity and app package information of the application. I will show you all these 3 ways. Then we will record a test and then add the validations. We will also run the test and check the reports, and all through this session I will share some useful tips with you. So let's start with mobile testing with TestProject and let's get started. Hello and welcome. I'm Raghav. I'm a teacher and you can find all my work on my website automationstepbystep.com. In this session, we will start with mobile testing on TestProject. So these are the steps we are going to do. So I will first log into my TestProject account. And I'm here on my TestProject dashboard. We have already created a web project in an earlier session. So this time we are going to create a new project for mobile testing. Now you can also create mobile test and web test all in the same project, but let me create a new project for this. So I will go and click on this add new project, and I will name this mobile test project, and you can give some description which is optional, and I will say create. So now we have created a project. Now we need to add test to this project, but before we do that, we have to set up our mobile device so that it can be ready for automation testing. Now before I do that, let me also show you, whenever you face any issues and you are not able to get any answer, you can go to the test project website, that is testproject.io, and here when you go to the docs here or the documentation, you can go here and we have a search option here. So you can just start searching for your question or your topic. So if I say mobile here, you will see all the related articles and discussions are here. So in case you have any issues, you can go here. So you can see creating an Android test using test project, or any options you have, any configuration issue, you can check here. So this will be very handy. Just in case you do not find anything here that can help you, we always have the chat option. So you can go here and do a chat with the experts. So this will also be very helpful. So now to set up the mobile device, you can go to your mobile device. Now in my case, I have attached a mobile device with my system, and you may not attach your mobile device at this time because this is just for demo. I have attached the device so that you can see my device on the screen here. So this is a actual Android device which I have connected with my system so that you can see the screen. Now the very first thing is you will go to the settings. So go to the settings of your mobile device, and here you will find a option for about phone. So you can go to the about phone here, and then in the about phone you will find a option for build number. In some versions of Android, it is shown as software version or number. So you can tap here 7 times. So when you tap 7 times on the build number, you will become a developer. You can see a message below. It is saying no need, you are already a developer. So once you get a message, you are already a developer, or once you become a developer, you can go back to the settings, and then you will find a option called developer options. This option you will only find once you have become a developer on your mobile device. So go here on the developer options, and here in case it is off the top setting, you can make it enabled here. And then when you scroll down, you will also find a setting for USB debugging. Enable this setting, and also there will be a setting called stay awake. You can also enable this so that your mobile device is always active while you are doing automation. So you can do these settings, and the same thing you will find here as well. So when you go to the introduction to mobile device or getting started with Android testing, so when you go to this topic, you can see prepare your mobile device. You can read this will be helpful. So now once you have done this, the mobile is ready for automation, and now I can create a test and then add a application. So I will go to my project, and now we have an option to create a test or add a new test. I will add a new test here, select mobile, and then say next. Here you can give any name here. I will say first mobile test. You can give some meaningful name as per your application or your scenario. Description is optional, and say next. Now here again we have options for Android and iOS. So I will select Android here, and now I have to select the application on which I have to do the testing. So when I click here, you can see because this is the first time I am doing this test, or I have attached my mobile device, I do not have anything here. So I can click on add new application for testing. Also make sure your agent is running. You can see here my agent is running so that it can detect your mobile device. So here now you can either add your application manually, you can upload a APK file. So APK file is an application file of your application, and you can get it from your developers, or you can add manually using package and activity. I will show you this. Or if your application is already available on the mobile device, you can get it from the device. So go here on the device drop down, and here it will automatically detect your device. Make sure your agent is running, and you can select your device from here. And then if you click this drop down for apps, it will show you all the apps which are available on your mobile device. So let's just say I want to do a testing on calculator. I will say calculator here and say finish. And now the application is selected here. I will say next. Now here we have option to record, edit, or create a blank test. I want to do a recording. I will say record and start testing. And this will start the test. It will also show you an emulator, which is a mirrored screen of your device. So you can see here you will see your mobile screen, and here you will see all the recorded steps. Also, if you see here, I am getting a message to reset the application, and this is for so that in case your application has any cached data or any user is already logged in, if you want to start like a fresh application, you can say yes. I will say yes here. So you see there was already the calculator was running, so it has closed that and now opened a fresh application for us. And you can see here now wherever I am taking my cursor, it is highlighting these objects. If you see here, the first step is reset app. So every time you start this test case, it will reset app and start a fresh application. Just in case you want to disable or delete it, you can disable or delete it from here. So I will do my actions now. Let us say I say click on 2, and you will see here the action is getting recorded. I will click on plus, and then I will click on 5, and then I will click on equals. And here I am getting the result 7. Now I will highlight this text and press double shift or press shift on my keyboard 2 times, and it will open this window where I can add validations. I will go to validations and I will say contains text. It will open this window, and here I will say it should have the text 7, and I will say create. Also, if you see, if I go to any of the elements and press double shift and go to action, you can see it shows me a lot of mobile actions like long press, gesture, tap, and zoom gesture, all these types of mobile actions will be available. So I will press double shift again to remove this window, and now this is done. I can also press the home button. I will click home button and this is also recorded, and now I am done with my recording. If you see at the top, we have the test name here, we have the application name, we have options for element locator and element explorer, and then if you scroll to the right, we have options for pausing the recording, run the test, and save and exit. So for now I will pause the recording and I will run the test just to see if everything is recorded properly. So this is now running my test and everything is fine. So I will say save and exit, and here is the test created. Now when you go to your test, you will see we have a run button here. If you want to edit, you can edit from here. If you want to delete, and then we have some more options like copy to project, move to folder, duplicate, and so on. You can directly run from here, or if you want to see the reports, you can add it to a job. So I will click on add a job, and I will say this is mobile test job. So I can give some description and select Android here, say next, and here is my device coming, and you can see the connected device is highlighted with this option, and I'm seeing connected here. I will select this and say create, and now I will drag and drop my test case here, and here I have a option to run the job. So I will click on this run button. This will start the test. Also, if you want to see the test running, you can go to this agents and click on this eye icon here. So this is done. I will close this emulator, and now I can go to this reports here. You can also schedule a job. So you can see we have options for email notifications, schedule job, or I can see the last report here. I will click here, and you can see everything is passed. You can download a PDF file and you can see all the steps here. So all of these are passed, and you can see the report for this test. You can see at a job level or at a project level as well. So this was how quick and easy it was. Now I will go back to my project, and I will create another test. So I will add a new test, mobile, and say next, and I can name this as demo mobile test from APK. This time I will show you how to get it from a APK file, and say next. This is Android, and I will click on the applications here. So calculator application is now already available because we added it in our last test, but now I want to add a new application for testing. I will click here, and then I will go to the upload APK option. So the mobile applications can be tested using a APK file. You can get a APK file for different mobile applications online, or if you are testing your own application, you can get it from your dev team. So I'm using a sample APK. I will click here to upload, and I have a sample APK file, and you can see here is the extension is .apk. I will select this and say upload file, and I can give some name. I will say this is API demos and say finish, and I will say next now and click on record and start testing, and this will now start the application on the mobile device. Now again, if you want to start a fresh application, you can say yes here, reset application, and this will now start the application on the mobile device. So you can see it has started, and now I can do the recording. So I will click on let us say animation option here, and this is recorded. I will click on cloning here. This is again recorded. I will click on this run button. Let me click again. Okay, so you see the first time there was some error. So let me just delete or disable it. I will just delete this step and let me run it once more, and then I will click on the back button. Now do you see we also have a back button of the application here? You can see here, just in case I click on this back button, I'm getting a confirmation. Do you want to click on this particular XY coordinates? So for now I will just say no, and I can press the mobile back button, and once again one more time to come out of the application, and then I will pause the recording and I can run to check if the application is running fine. So you see there it has stopped here, there was some error. So I can actually click on the record button here. I can again click on record and go to this option cloning and check. So this is the same thing. Let me just stop the recording and I will delete the new step. Let me just add a pause here after this second step. So for that I can just duplicate this step. I will say duplicate, and here I will go to this step and I will change the type to action and select action. I will select a pause action and I will give the time in milliseconds. So I will give 2000, that is 2000 milliseconds equals to 2 seconds, and I will save this. So after step number second, I am pausing for 2 seconds and then doing the next action. Now here the issue was that the element did not appear on the screen within the default timeout, which is by default 15 seconds in TestProject. So a better option can be you can go to the step editor for that particular step that fails, and you can go and increase the step timeout for that step, and this will act like a implicit wait. So you can do that instead of adding a pause step. I will run my test again, and looks like everything is working now. It is fine. It was very fast, so we could not see some of the actions, but it is running fine now. So I will go back to my project. Let me just save this. I will say save and exit. And now I will show you how you can use app package and app activity details. So I will create a new test, mobile, say next. I will say this is mobile test, and let me do a test on the calendar application, and I will say next. It will be on Android, and now I have to add a new application for testing, and here I will go to add manually, and here I need to give the package and activity names. So here if you go to your mobile device, every application will have a package and activity information. So to get that, you can go to App Store and get a application called APK Info, and if you go to the APK Info and open it, here you will find all your applications which are installed on your mobile device, and you can go to the application. So in my case I want to use calendar. I will go to calendar, and here this information that you see on the top, this is the package. So you can see com.android.calendar here. So I will use this as package com.android.calendar, and then to get the activity I will go down, and you can see we have the activity section here. I will click here, and now here we have lots of activities. Most probably the first one should work for you. Just in case it does not work, you can also check with others, or there will be an option where you can go to command line and check the activity, but in that case you should have APM installed. I will have a link in this in the description of this video just in case you want to see how to use command line option. But here I will select this, or I will use this com.android.calendar.all-in-one activity. So this part is same. I will copy and paste, and then we have all in one activity. I will say all in one activity and give some name here and say finish, and I will do next now and click on record and start testing. So this will start the application, and again I will say I want a fresh application, so I will click on reset, and you can see it will now start calendar application on the mobile device. So you can see you can click on any of these actions now, and this is now recording all our actions. So you can do like this, and in case you want to do a browser testing, you can use Chrome or any other browser. For example, if I again go and add a new test on mobile device, I will say this is Chrome test, say next, select Android, and now if I go and add a new application for testing, if I select from the devices, you can see because Chrome is already set up on my system or on my mobile device, I'm getting here, I will get Chrome here. I will select this, finish, and then do next, do a recording, and I will say start testing. So this time it will open a Chrome browser, and I will say yes to start a fresh application. So you can see it will now start a fresh Chrome application, and here it is. And because it is started as a fresh application, I'm getting all these options accept and continue. I will click here and then next, and I will say no thanks here. And now here I have got a Google homepage where I can add something. So let's just say here I can add a text. We have also got these options to switch between single line and multi-line text, and if you just want to tap or press the enter key, you can use this. So for now I'll just say tap and click on the right icon or the tick icon, and now here again I will go here. I can now type something and say press enter and select this, and you can see it is running our actions here. So I can save and exit from here. So these are the different tests we have created on the mobile device, and we have also seen different ways of adding your application, and these are the steps you can do to create, test and run test on mobile devices using TestProject. I hope this session was very useful for you. Thank you for watching.